Tikki already told us that Kwamis can't fall in love, even though Plagg shows interest in Ladybug. So if there is a possibility that Kwamis feels some sort of love, maybe they can have babies? If you're interested in this answer, stay with me because that's toon time. The process of reproduction is something that keeps species from going extinct, since this is the most natural and effective way of living beings, like animals, insects, and even humans, to expand its offsprings. But does this process also expand to Kwamis? I already know the answer, but before revealing it, let's go over some points about how would a pregnancy of a Kwami be and the growth of a baby Kwami. Starting with the question, which of the Kwamis get pregnant? It seems silly to ask that since the most obvious answer would be the female one, right? Well, some time ago by 2019, Zach published a book called Kwamis. This book presented some of the traits of these cosmic beings and even the gender of each one of them, showing that Trix and Duzu were male, while Long and Kalki are female. But soon after, Zach released the book's second edition in 2022, removing every part that mentioned the gender of the Kwamis. Maybe the Kwamis don't have a gender, like the gems from Steven Universe, which means that we can see both Plagg and Tikki pregnant. Anyway, after the birth of baby Kwami, maybe it would be necessary a creation of a charm for the little magic being, since it's through the charms that the humans can interact with these creatures. But what would happen if someone used the charm of a baby Kwami? The charm could fail to give the power of the Kwami for the human, since the baby would still be developing its magic. Or who knows, the owner would act just like the baby, throwing a tantrum and goofing around, like a kid would, since the Kwami is just a baby. Imagine how a battle between heroes and villains would go. Besides that, how would this creature feed? Would it feed from milk and liquids like normal babies, or would it eat everything that appeared in front of it, just like Gigantitan? Maybe the magical being would develop a taste for same food as its parents, like for example, if it was Tikki and Plagg's baby, it would feed off sweets like cake spice and of course the famous macarons and the creamy and delicious camembert cheese. Imagine the expenses that the baby would generate just to do something to eat. Poor parents. And speaking about food, how would this baby sleep schedule be? Because he would sleep with his parents at night, or would they have an almost infinite energy? Like we all know, these magical beings need to rest after its owners use their powers. However, if you have interacted with a baby in your life or lived beside one, you know very well that these creatures have energy to spare. And with the Kwami, it wouldn't be different, since it would be necessary the presence of an owner to use up all its batteries until the baby feels exhausted and went to sleep, which would also bring a moment of peace for the parents. But in case the owner used the Kwami excessively, the little one could be so tired that it becomes sick, maybe having a fever or something like that. The same would happen if the baby, with or without an owner, spent a lot of time in snow or rain. The little baby would become sick and in more severe cases catch a flu. But traditional medicines wouldn't solve the case, making a miraculous guardian necessary to heal it, just like we saw in the episode Princess Fragrance from season 1. Tikki was really sick and needed help from a healer to cure herself. Marinette runs to Master Fu's refuge that at the time she didn't know who it was, so he can read the Kwami's energy and cure her. The same could go from the baby Kwami. And as the old Master Fu isn't the guardian anymore, Master Suhan could be in charge of this task. Or maybe, who knows, Luca, since he had the entire special training to become a miraculous guardian. Wow, these are a lot of possibilities of how the developing of a baby Kwami could be. But it will be a true headache, not just for the Kwami couple, but but also their owners. But even if it was fun to imagine the possibilities of these creatures reproduce, can the Kwamis have kids in Miraculous Ladybug? And the answer is no. It's practically impossible for the Kwamis to have a baby, and the reason is pretty simple. Well, these creatures are divine beings created from an abstract idea or emotion, like love, beauty, destruction, happiness, fear, and so on. Meaning that for a new Kwami to exist, it would be needed for a new feeling or abstract concept. And that is well explained in one of the comics of Miraculous Ladybug. But as ideas and feelings aren't really concrete things, the Miraculous needed to be created so the contact between Kwamis and humans can be possible. Pretty cool, right? Maybe in this exact moment, many Kwamis are traveling the universe, waiting for the moment that they will be able to have their own charms and owners. But what about you? Did you know that the Kwamis can't have kids? If it was possible, the baby Kwami would be more like the dad or the mom. If you enjoyed the video, don't forget to leave a like, that helps us bring more content about Miraculous. And don't forget to comment your answer for the following. If the seasons of the year were Kwamis, how would they be? Set your imagination free in the comment section. Thank you a lot for watching this video till here, and hasta la vista!